The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business. Right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Here we go, back again with Steve and Tom and The Local Show. Thank you for joining us. We're so happy to be around and to be seen and not shown.
That is good, because
that's all good.
It's a great thing.
Yeah. You know, my tree, that had an unfortunate incident happen to it. It's got the fungus.
The dead tree?
Yeah, it's mostly dead. And they put the paddles back on it, according to Bartlett. And come springtime, I should start to see my blooms again and green leaves and all that type of stuff. It does
look dead.
It does. And it's, it's kind of like, sometimes it freaks me out a little bit because I'm used to seeing the tree look like that when it's fall. And I don't want it to be fall.
But you know what? With that tree looking mostly dead, all your other landscaping really pops
out.
It doesn't hide all the
little
things,
contrast.
Your little rubber stone walk and all those things kind of pop right out.
Yeah, so it's all good. And the other mounds look decent. So tell us all about Safe Harbor Wills and Trust, because we haven't talked about them in a little bit here.
Well, Safe Harbor Wills and Trust, if you haven't updated your stuff, don't let the state do what the state does.
Right.
When that time comes. Make a plan. If you got to update your will, that's a simple thing. But sometimes people think, I don't need a trust. I don't have $1 zillion. If you want to protect your house, you probably should put it in a trust. Because, Tom, you and I, 2 out of 3 people spend time in a nursing home.
Yes, right.
And not me and not you, but I don't know who. Yeah. But at $20,000 a month or whatever it is, so you lose things. So give them a call, 370-9977, and just have a conversation. They don't charge you to talk to them. 370-9977. Or go on safeharborwillsandtrust.com. You can fill out the little form and they'll answer your questions.
Very good. Well, thank you very much for that. Mike Intaglietta is joining us again. He's the executive director of the Landmark Theater. How are you, Mike?
I'm well. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's good to have you again, and we think the Landmark Theater is a real jewel in our community. You guys do an awful lot of stuff, from events to having shows to, doing just a little bit of everything.
And how about that marquee? Is that thing stunning?
Yeah, the marquee's nice.
When it's lit up.
We're really proud of it.
You should be.
It's ending up on license plates. Visit Syracuse put it on their poster for the eclipse. It's just
nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really nice to have something that's a kind of a real symbol for our region.
What if we did the local show from the Landmark Theater on the stage, and they put our name up in the marquee? So we could finally get our names in the marquee.
I'd be happy to do it.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of fun.
Sure.
I mean, well, it's 2 hours of show, and it's 8 local businesses, and they can't get any more local, right, than being right down there in the thick of things.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll do it in the lobby.
Yeah.
So
we can do it there too, and I'll play music in between.
That wouldn't be bad. The place is stunning. If anybody hasn't been to a show there. Oh my gosh,
it's the place.
When was it, Bill? How old is that place?
1928, February 18, 1928, we opened.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the Lowe's, of course.
Right, of course.
Right. Were the expensive seats that have fancy names that were the king sits? Were those real seats?
No. So the opera boxes.
The opera boxes.
But those are fake. Those were meant to mask the pipe organ pipes.
Oh, okay.
Over on audience left.
Do you still have a pipe organ there?
No, that was along with a lot of the other assets that Lowe's had that was sold off back in the 70s.
Gotcha. Now, how long have you been with the organization?
It's going to be 9 years in October.
Fantastic. Do you have an acting background?
I do, actually. I did some theater in college, and I went on to do some comedy in New York before moving back here.
Right.
Well, say something funny.
For a clownfish, he's not very funny. So, what made you want to do this type of work? I mean, did you go to college for this, or?
No. I actually studied psychology, but my real passion was theater. Mm-hmm. So when I went down to New York, I took a lot of management jobs, managed Starbucks, at Jamba Juice, things like that.
Right.
While doing my comedy, because I like to eat, among other things.
Yes, right.
So
to make a little money.
When I realized that I could move back to Syracuse and not pay $1,800 a month in rent, at least back then, I found myself applying my management skills in the arts, first for the Red House and then for CNY Arts, the Regional Arts Council, and then eventually the Landmark.
Very nice. So what kind of events come to the Landmark Theater?
Our primary business is touring Broadway productions and then touring concerts, stand-up comedy, occasionally film, but family shows are a big thing for us. Paw Patrol, we've got Disney Junior Live coming up.
Very nice.
Those are our real bread and butter touring shows. We can knock those out all week long.
How many people does it seat?
2,754.
That's a lot of people. Is it one of the bigger venues then?
So,
who else would?
There's a couple of theaters that are a little bit bigger. The Stanley's actually a little bit bigger than us.
Is it really?
Yeah, but it's so funny. We'll attend the League of Historic American Theaters, holds conferences, and we kind of go by venue size, like who's got 200 seats, 500 seats,
right?
And dotted along the thruway, we're all 2,000 seats plus, because the Erie Canal ran down the thruway.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And so it's the major cities, Philadelphia, Boston, that have these huge historic theaters, and then Syracuse, Rochester, Buffalo, Albany, Schenectady.
Yeah.
We're all 2,500 seats plus.
During the summer, I would imagine you have a lot of private events.
That's when we tend to do our weddings,
Yeah.
graduation ceremonies. We just hosted the Northeast Jazz and Wine Festival. The tours don't come through in the summer because they all want to be outside.
They're smart.
Yeah, the Broadway tours are usually actually in the South during the summer because that's when everyone wants to be inside. So it's the reverse of here.
Yeah.
So we're usually like October to May. A few smattering events in June and September, but usually
So starting with the blockbusters and then working your way down to the lesser known things. What do you got coming up?
So this fall, the biggest shows that we have are definitely the Broadway shows. We have Lion King and Les Miserables. Lion King in December, Les Mis in October.
And who will that be performed by?
It's the National Touring Productions, so Disney Theatricals in the case of the Lion King. And so it's Broadway quality product, and it comes right down here to Syracuse.
Beautiful.
And it's really wonderful. You can buy a season's worth of Broadway shows for the price of a single, going down to see one show on Broadway, right? Because by the time you travel, hotel, dinner down in New York, you can get an entire season worth of entertainment here.
I know there's a show, Tom, down there when you go by and all the trucks are lined up.
Yeah.
And you go by the backside and you see all the big tractor trailers. And I'm saying, what's here? And you can tell it's whatever it is, it's massive.
Yeah. I mean, even a small Broadway show is usually 3 or 4 trucks. A show like Les Mis and The Lion King, I think Les Mis it's definitely more than 10 trucks, and I believe Lion King is more than 20.
And you've had Les Mis here before, right?
Both of these shows have been here before, but these are evergreen, extraordinarily popular shows.
Okay, so those are some big blockbusters. Any major concerts coming?
Let's see, we've got Teddy Swims. That's a big one. That concert is nearly sold out. I don't think we have any tickets available right now, but we will open some up as it approaches. We've got Quinn 92. We have, who else is doing concerts? The Front Bottoms, Sammy Ray and the Friends. And I believe that's all we have announced in terms for concerts.
Okay,
right now.
they're kind of all over genres. I don't know those particular bands.
The presenters and promoters we work with always try to make sure that we have something for everyone. So some of them are really a lot for like the younger generation. Yeah. Teddy Swims is a very contemporary, kind of a streaming sensation right now.
Understood.
And then we've got Neil deGrasse Tyson will be here in October.
Good.
And as I said, Disney Junior Live. We have a Nutcracker coming up in November.
Beautiful.
Boy, I hope I didn't forget anything. Avatar: The Last Airbender. We're showing an anime along with a live orchestra. That'll be in late August.
Well, that's nice. I'm glad you're bringing some live music in there.
You a Nutcracker guy, Tom?
Well, yes, of course I am.
Yeah, I'm not. I just
I love it all. I love all the arts.
It moves a little too slow for me, but that's okay.
I celebrate everything, theater and fun and all that kind of stuff. Thank you so much, Mike. Mike Intaglietta right there, Executive Director of the Landmark Theater, landmarktheater.org. And you have a great rest of the day.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, Joe Bolognone or Joe Bologna coming up next on The Local Show on 570 WSYR.